Now that the NBA Finals are over, there may be no more basketball to watch until October. However, the excitement doesn't end there. We have plenty to look forward to in the offseason, such as trade and free agency deals that will reshape the league for the upcoming 2023-24 season. The NBA is also in for some thrilling times ahead with big changes that include restructuring the NBA season for more excitement, putting restrictions on players who miss games, and more. Welcome to Court Coverage. In today's video, we will reveal some major changes taking place in the NBA for the upcoming season. Get ready for some hoop-tastic surprises. If you enjoy this kind of NBA content, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Without further ado, let's get started. Adam Silver's ambitious new tournament. Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, said the league will be taking a page from European soccer, where they play for multiple cups throughout the season. He continued saying, "We think taking nothing away from the Larry O'Brien Trophy and the ultimate goal of winning a championship, that you can create another competition within the season that becomes meaningful, and there's a recognition that new traditions are not built overnight." Trust us, winning the Larry O'Brien Trophy is still the ultimate prize. But what changes is Adam Silver suggesting to add more excitement for fans during the journey to the playoffs? So, here's the game plan. The tournament, or the IST, as it's nicknamed in the CBA, will feature all 30 teams and take place on 2 designated days per week during the first 2 months of the regular season. The teams will be split into 6 groups of 5. Each team will play 2 games at home and 2 games away against the others in their group, creating a classic pool play style. The top team from each group, along with 2 wildcard teams, will advance to the next phase with a total of 8 teams advancing. These 8 remaining teams will engage in an intense single-elimination pocket tournament to narrow the field to 4 teams where dreams will be made or shattered. The remaining 4 teams standing will clash in a neutral location, possibly Las Vegas, sometime between November and December. This is when the in-season tournament champion will be crowned, starting a new chapter in NBA history. One of the most exciting elements of the tournament is that the NBA is going to financially reward the final 4 teams for putting on a show. The prize money rankings will blow your mind. Here's how it'll go. Each player of the team that got booted out in the quarterfinals will receive $50,000. The third-place finishers will each grab a cool $100,000, while the runner-ups will take home a whopping $200,000 each. And what about the champions? They all walk away with an incredible $500,000 per player. Talk about a sweet victory. Now, you might be wondering, what's the big deal? Well, this cash prize is not just a treat for the players, but also for the fans. It's a brilliant move by the NBA to motivate all teams to compete their hearts out instead of just simply taking it easy in the first half of the season. With this exciting incentive, we can expect high-quality and fiercely competitive games right from the start of the season. No longer will we have to wait for a wild-card play-in tournament and playoffs to get our adrenaline pumping. It's going to be a nightly feast of top-notch basketball action. As if that wasn't enough, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver also revealed that the players will rock different uniforms, and even the court design will get a makeover. It's like a whole new world of basketball excitement. In a nutshell, the NBA is raising the stakes, making the competition fiercer, and giving fans even more reasons to follow and watch the games. It's a win-win situation for everyone involved. This new addition to the NBA promises more fun and excitement, attracting a larger audience. If this experiment succeeds, the NBA will have another product to offer, bringing in even more money. We've already witnessed the thrilling games of the wild-card play-in tournament in recent seasons, making it a must-watch on TV. The bottom line is that the NBA wants fans to stay engaged, not only during the playoffs or play-in tournaments, but throughout the entire season. Now, there's no guarantee that this will immediately boost viewership in the first half of the season, but I'm pretty sure more people will tune in from November to December than ever before. With this new development, the NBA is about to whip up something exciting that will keep us entertained. So grab your popcorn and get ready to cheer on your favorite teams competing for a new prize. If you like this idea from the commissioner, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe for more interesting NBA content. You'll want to stay till the end because the changes don't end here. There's more. The NBA's biggest changes in the new collective bargaining agreement. The new Collective Bargaining Agreement, or CBA, signed by the NBA and its players brings significant changes off the court. One major revision is the introduction of stricter rules that penalize teams engaging in lavish spending to construct their dream lineups. These changes include the addition of 2 apron levels, positioned above the luxury tax line, imposing harsh penalties and imposing limitations on roster management. In the 2023-24 season, the projected salary cap is approximately $134 million, with the luxury tax line set at $162 million. The first apron is positioned $7 million above the luxury tax level, around $169 million, and the second apron is set $17.5 million higher, approximately $179.5 million. These values are expected to increase uniformly in subsequent seasons. To illustrate this, let's look at the Phoenix Suns' current roster situation. With the Bradley Beal trade in place, their new Big Three, comprising of Durant, Booker, and Beal, is projected to have a salary just below $130 million for the next season. That's only about $3 or $4 million shy of the salary cap. The salaries of these 3 guys alone already eat up their entire payroll for next season. Adding DeAndre Ayton's salary would contribute an additional $32 million to the Suns' payroll, totaling around $160 million for the upcoming season. The only other player under contract is Cameron Payne, who will earn $6.5 million next season. So when you do the math, the Suns have already surpassed the luxury tax threshold, spending $169 million with just these 5 players on their current roster. Now, the Suns only have approximately $9 million of financial elbow room to sign 5 or 6 more players to complete their team. With the way the recent CBA is designed, it's going to be as tough as finding a parking spot in a crowded stadium for the Suns to acquire a bunch of players with such a limited amount of cap space left. Exceeding the second tax apron level leads to various consequences, including the loss of access to the taxpayer mid-level exception and the restrictions on trading first-round draft picks for up to 7 years. Furthermore, teams remaining above the apron level for 5 years experience the devaluation of their draft pick, affecting its overall value. Free agency signings from the buyout market and adding cash in trades are also restricted. These substantial limitations pose significant hurdles for teams navigating the complexities of roster building within the confines of the new CBA. Fixing player load management issues. Adam Silver, the man in charge, has been trying to strike a delicate balance between protecting player health and keeping the games exciting. We've seen that big-name players tend to take a seat on the bench more often than fans would like. However, things are about to change next season. Players will need to think twice about load management because, under the new agreement, those who play less than 65 games won't qualify for postseason awards like Rookie of the Year, MVP, or any other major accolades. Now here's a twist. What happens if a player gets injured and has to miss some games? Even worse, what if they're out for the rest of the season? Can they still win an award? According to the CBA, a player who suffers a season-ending injury can still qualify for awards if they played at least 62 games. This new rule aims to encourage players to take better care of themselves during the regular season. It might just put a leash on this load management trend that's been going around for quite some time. Oh, and speaking of this rule, I can't help but think about Ja Morant. He's already suspended for 25 games, so he's automatically out of the MVP race and any chance at an All-NBA nomination. To make matters worse, the rule states that players need to appear in 58 games to qualify. As a league scoring leader, Ja will surely miss out on a chance to compete for that title as well. This new regulation will certainly impact those players who are neck and neck in the MVP race too. The voters will have no choice but to consider the number of games played before making their final decision. It adds an extra layer of complexity to the mix. Now that we've explored the major changes, buckle up for an exhilarating NBA season in 2024. The new collective bargaining agreement brings a renewed focus on player load management, ensuring we witness more on-court brilliance from our favorite NBA superstars. But that's not all. Get ready for the thrill of Adam Silver's ambitious new tournament set to bring even more excitement to the game. Additionally, the implementation of new spending restrictions will redefine how each team constructs their roster, adding an intriguing element to the competition. With all these captivating developments, this is a season you absolutely can't afford to miss. What are your thoughts on the new rules? Let us know in the comments below. That's all for today. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.